Right, so the moon just entered its waxing phase and stuff like that. So with this, we got, the moon in Scorpio now, and also Libra sun. Now, if you don't know what the sun and the moon represent from a transit perspective, the sun is going to be what we act out and how we express ourselves, like in a certain energy for the next 30 days or so. You know what I'm saying? And the moon is what we're going to be reacting and respond, like react and respond to, or how we're going to react and respond and stuff like that. And what we the specific thing that, or the specific characteristics that we react and respond to, like, changes every, you know 60 hours, so basically 2.5 days and stuff like that. And you can say the same thing. You can say the same thing for the sun. Every month, the specific characteristics that we act out and express and stuff like that changes and stuff like that. So with this, okay, now what does this mean for the sun being in Libra? So for the sun being in Libra, we're gonna be acting out and expressing ways, um, to initiate and create new ways on how to think and communicate and stuff like that. So what this looks like is relating to others in different ways, and we can always make new ways of relating to each other, basically. So, and then with the moon being a Scorpio, what we're going to react and respond to are things that we deal with on a very deep and emotionally intense level and stuff like that. Not only that, but stuff we also deal with behind the scenes, you know, any deep, dark, hidden intent that we have, any deep, dark, hidden willpower. And this can apply to passion. This can also apply to passions, motivations, you know. And combined, these play out into secrecy as well, because Scorpio is a sign. Scorpio is a sign to where, everything goes on, you know, in the shadows, in the dark, behind the scenes and stuff like that. You know, so Scorpio energy is kind of like the shit that you can't see, but it's there, but not everybody can see it type shit. The shit only few people can see, yeah. So with the sun being in Libra and the moon being in Scorpio, this is basically us initiating creating new ways of how we create balance and harmony within our own conscious awareness, and that can play out in how we relate to others. And this these actions are being backed up and supported, by us reacting and respond to, you know, um, feelings that aren't being seen by others right now. Feelings that only we can see, but they're hidden to everybody else. So stuff that goes on behind the scenes within the emotional realm and stuff like that. Since it's Scorpio moon, you know what I'm saying? So what this means is that people can struggle with the challenges that people are going to struggle with right now is figuring is regulating their need for power and control, like, with a mix of like fairness and balance and stuff like that. So it's almost like if people don't if people are unbalanced during this time, or they don't got some type of harmony um, going on with how they act and what they express, you know, on top of that, that I was about to say that could probably damage their emotional realm as well, because if you don't know how to relate well to others, if you don't know how to relate to others well, you know, how are you going to express the emotions that you feel like, or the things that you're feeling in secret that you need to get off your chest, but you can't because you don't know how to communicate. You don't really know how to relate to people, right? So if what's being backed and supported, can't also be supported by, your actions, that can cause a lot of deep emotion. This can cause a lot of deep, intense emotional turmoil. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. Emotional turmoil, stuff like that. You will crave, like, the need to have power and control, in your relationship, but you're not getting that at the moment. So that's driving you crazy, stuff like that. This is even being more emphasized, when uh, since we got like Venus and Scorpio as well. So we're really we're really being put on a focus to really be emotionally honest with ourselves and stuff like that. Be honest with our emotions, and that will help us communicate and make our relationships better and stuff like that. So, you know, during this time, people should focus on being being honest, like, with you, with your emotions, stuff like that you're feeling right now, accepting that, you know, you got fucked up shit that you're feeling right now, and other people got fucked up shit that they're feeling right now as well, and stuff like that. And let's communicate with each other on that. Okay, we're being emotionally honest, like, with what we're feeling intensely right now. So how do we create balance with that? How do we fix that shit? you know so yeah, that's gonna really be all that we're dealing with and stuff like that. So um and oh yeah, on top of that too, yeah, this is, you also gotta remember, this is like, what did I say? What was I about to say? Oh yeah, Scorpio is also in the fourth house this time as well. So that means the moon and Venus is in the fourth house. So with this shit now, with being emotionally honest with yourself, like, that's gonna be more put on an emphasis with Cancerian qualities. So where you have to be emotionally honest with yourself is when it comes to, like, so you have to be emotionally honest with yourself when it comes to what's going on in your domestic circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Like, are your family members good? Are you keeping everything, like, are you keep everything, like, diplomatic and stuff like that? Are you keeping everything balanced? Are you keeping everything within harmony within your home? Stuff like that. Like, make sure there's no big ass arguments going on. Like, it's that type of energy. So not and you know Libra, I think Libra is in the third house at this time too, since Scorpio's in the fourth house. Yeah. So once you take care of your family, once you take care of whatever is, like, within that with it within that, like, home space and stuff like that, that heart space, then, like, yeah, what was it about?